Hi everyone, today we are taking the chapter number 6. The chapter name is Indian Economy and the various sectors of the economy. In this we will see that how the Indian economy is divided and how the Indian economy is going on. First, looking into the current scenario, our Indian economy at present is the fifth largest in the world and it is clocking around 200 lakh crore of rupees. It's a total Indian economy per year of the 1920, and if it's taken in trillion, it is 3 trillion, and our aspirations to become a $5 trillion economy in 2025. So moving into the MCQs, we will see the background of this, the basics and the basic facts about this topic, so that we can solve the MCQs quite well. Now this is the overall picture of the Indian economy. The Indian economy is divided into agriculture, industrial, and the services sector. And if we look up look up at the data about these sectors, then we comes to the conclusion that the GDP, in percentage terms, agriculture contributed 15.4 percentage, industrial 23 percentage, and services 61.5 percentage. And if we look of the employment generation through this sector, is 44% of the employment is generated by the Indian by the agriculture sector, and 25% by the industrial sector, and services 31 percentage. Now as we have seen that the agriculture sector contributed is creating 44% of the employment, but it is generating only 15.4% of the contribution of the in the GDP. So why is it so? It means that there is a disguised unemployment. What is disguised unemployment? Disguised unemployment is the employment where there is a need of 2%, but they are involved a 4%. It means the more number of persons are involved in the things than the actual number required for that work. That is the disguised economy. This is happening in India. So this is one of the biggest problem of India. And the next, that if you see the trend, right after the independence, the agriculture sector is in declining trend. In at the time of the independence, the agriculture is contributing around 51% of the GDP, but now it is contributing 15.4 percentage. Now that extra percentage is extra, agriculture is shifted to industrial and the services sector. And the trend of the agriculture right from the independence is declining in nature. And if you talk about the industrial sector, it is increasing, but not up to the potential. The government wants this industrial sector to contribute more and more, because this is the industrial sector which creates the maximum number of employment. If industrial sector grows around 8 to 9%, there will be no or very few unemployment in the India. So this sector is very important, but it is not living up to the potential. And if you see the service sector, it is growing at an unexpected pace. It is growing around 8 to 9% per year. So it is a very good pace, and it is unexpectedly improving. And the problem in the Indian economy, that in if we see the trend of the developed economy, the trend was it shifted from agriculture to industrial, then industrial to services. But Indian economy shifted more from agriculture to services. And if there is a shift from agriculture to services directly without going to the industrial, then this is shifting is called the unsustainable economy. The unsustainable economy is the economy which is not having a very strong root, that we can say. So I think you have understood. Now we will move into the questions. The first question is severe challenges of the Indian economy. So what are the challenges of the Indian economy? The first one is the poverty. Yes, it's a big challenge. The option B is the environment. Yes, it is also a very big challenge. C is the physical infrastructure. Yes, we still till date there is no not all roads are connected, and not all roads are very in a very good condition. So physical infrastructure is also the barrier in our Indian economy. And fourth is the fiscal issues. Fiscal means the expenditure is more than the income of the government. In this current year, if we see the data, in the 1920 the expenditure was around 27 lakh crore, but the Indian revenues or Indian income was 19 lakh crore. So there is a deficit of 8 lakh crore. That is the deficit is called the fiscal issues or the fiscal deficit. Next question: the structural weakness of the agriculture sector in India are reflected in which of the following? The options are low public investment, post harvest value addition. Yes, there is low public investment in the agriculture sector. No one wants to invest in the agriculture sector. Reason being, they are skeptical about whether they will get the return or not. And the next option is the exhaustion of the yield potential of the new high yield varieties of the wheat and rice. Yes, this is also the weakness, because we are not innovating our yield varieties. We only have the limited number of yield varieties and we are using that varieties only. Next is the unbalanced fertilizer use. Yes, this was the major problem, and this problem somehow gets solved by the soil health card schemes. Now the farmers know what fertilizers they need to use. Option D, the low seeds replacement rate. Yes, this is also true that we have a low seeds replacement rate. We are not having a large number of new varieties of seeds. Neither we move to the different types of the seeds of different fruits and the vegetables. Next question, the CSO classifies Indian industrial sectors into dash segments. Now CSO stands for Central Statistical Organization. It works under the MOSPI, that is Ministry of Statistics and the Program Implementation. It classifies the industrial sector into three parts, which is known as, the first one is the mining and the quarrying, the second one is the manufacturing and the electricity, and the third one is the gas and the water supply. So these are the three segments. Option is B. MSME Development Act 2006 provides for the creation of which of the following? MSME Development Act, it is a factual question. You need to remember the answer. The option is C, the National Board of MSME. The MSME Development Act 2006 creates National Board of MSME. Next question, in the first 50 years of the 19th century, growth rate was 0.7%. It increased to 3.5% in the first 3 decades after independence. This is called, it's also a factual question. You need to remember that it is called a Hindu rate of growth. Next question, the extension services in the agriculture aims at. Okay, what Indian agriculture systems faces the big challenges of illiteracy. Lots of farmers don't know what they are doing and how much the fertilizer to be used and how to sell their products, etc. So in order to bridge the knowledge gap, there is a services started by the government, which is known as the extension services of the agriculture. So this extension services means bridging the knowledge gap of the farming community. Next questions, when services sector bypasses the industrial sector economic growth. We have learned in the previous page, we have seen that Indian economy is jumping from agriculture to services sector, and if there is a jump from agriculture to services sector, then that economy is called the unsustainable. The economy becomes unsustainable. So unsustainable means it is not having a very it might cause problem in future. So that's it. Thank you. Please subscribe the channel and share the videos with your friend. Thank you. One more very important concept, that is MSME classification, the old one and the new one. You need to remember both, because we don't know which one they will ask in the examinations. The old one criteria of classifying MSME is the there is separate for manufacturing and separate for services. For the manufacturing, in the micro, if the investment in the plant and the equipment is up to 25 lakh, then it is micro, and for the small it is 25 lakh to 5 crore, and for the medium 5 to 10 crore of rupees, and for the services, if the investment in the equipments is up to 10 lakh, then it is micro, and if it's 10 lakh to 2 crore, it is small, and if it's 2 crore to 5 crore, it is medium. And the new one is they combine manufacturing and services into one, and investment criteria, if it is less than 1 crore, then it's a micro, and it also added turnover criteria as well. If the turnover is less than 5 crore, then it is micro, and for the small, investment is less than 10 crore, turnover is less than 50 crore. It is very new and it is very important, so read this also.